F8C my friends. I hope you're having a good day. First of all, I'd like to thank you, absolutely all of you, for your support. Thank you for stopping by and leaving a like. I can't believe we have over 500 people on the channel. It means a lot for me. Anyway, I'd like to show you a new story I just finished. It's super short, 10 minutes. It's a military escort. I'm flying my F8C for this one. Yeah, please let me know what you think. It's super fun. It's short, and yeah, I just want to hear your opinion. Anyway, you guys have a good day. I'll see you in the black, and have a good day. A job looked easy enough on paper. I was escorting a C2 Hercules Starlifter hauling Zerolith gas from mining outpost on Pyro 6 to Ruin Station. Zerolith was prohibited in most UEE-regulated systems and worth a fortune on the black market. The problem? In its raw form, the gas reacted violently to the particle field buildup generated during quantum spooling, which meant no jumps, only slow, steady travel through space. Our goal was to get the C2 to the station, where the gas could be compressed and stabilized into special containment units before being shipped off to Terra or Stanton for the real payday. Banned or not, corporations were always hungry for rare resources. C2 was a beast, well armored and packing serious firepower. But with this kind of cargo, it was too valuable to risk. I held escort at constant distance about 15 kilometers out, cruising in my F8C Lightning. My back ached, the urge to stretch tormented me, but I stayed strapped in. 4 hours of dead straight flight will do that to you. Then the comms flickered. A message from Albert, the C2's pilot, came through with a tiny delay. Hey Nico, we're about an hour out. Most dangerous part of the journey coming up. I waited a moment before replying. Stick to the plan. Use the asteroid field. Keep your signature low. Then I added, have your crew ready for engagement. Keep comms clean. Albert was nervous, understandably. He wasn't used to moving something this rare, this unstable. Even a quantum drive spooling up near the Zerolith could destabilize the cargo. There was no escape route, no running, and that added a whole new layer of tension. The F8C Lightning felt at home, dancing through the asteroid field, banking left and right with effortless precision. Majestic giants of rock watched in silence as a hydrogen-burning beast weaved between them, sleek and deadly. The flight stick sat perfectly in my hand, its ergonomic grip molded from hours of muscle memory. The best fighter in UE arsenal responded like it was wired to my nerves. Sharp on every input, the occasional flare of an afterburner straightening out the high-speed drifts. With all assistance systems turned off, I flew raw. That was the only way to improve, to learn the limit and become the limit. It took 4 years of scouring black markets and military crash sites to get my hands on a wrecked F8C. Rebuilding it was a trial, upgrading it a religion. Upgrading never ends. Now it wore Arcadium armor, powered by a stealth-grade military reactor and shield generators. 8 laser repeaters fed by expanded capacitors. I favored stealth over brute force, especially out here in Pyro, where the sub-cap monsters roamed like hungry wolves. I glanced at the radar, a knees twisted in my gut. The cockpit suddenly felt tight, the kind of tension that never lied. My instincts were screaming. I ran a scan. Just a C2 on my scope, still crawling towards Ruin Station. Nothing around me. I looked up, then rolled right. The field seemed clear. Another roll. I looked left. A flash of dark metal. A small fighter nesting perfectly between 2 asteroids. There you are. Throttle forward. Shields to full. I lined up the shot. It was too late. A brilliant pulse of blue swallowed my shift, draining everything. power offline. EMP, an anvil hawk. How the hell did they track us in the asteroid field? No time for questions. The hawk opened fire, 6 ballistic guns sparking in unison. Rounds tore into the port side and hit in the cockpit glass in a thunderous spray. I leaned down to the fuse panel by my left knee, yanked it open. One charred fuse burst free and clattered to the cockpit floor. My hands were shaking, but I stripped the seal off the fresh one and slammed it in. Systems began to cycle. The hawk fired again. Ballistics trailed straight towards the cockpit. I pulled the stick hard, barely escaping. The glass erupted into the crystal dust. One round clipped my armor plate, knocking the breath out of me. I shoved the throttle forward, desperate to break free of the hawk's line of fire. As my systems rebooted, comms kicked in. "Nico, where are you? We're under fire. Freelancer and Inferno." I flipped the Lightning and punched the afterburner, bleeding every spare watt of power into my engines. I killed the life support and rerouted all remaining power to thrust. My armor suit fed me oxygen. The hawk was fast, but this wasn't a race. I caught up, rolled slowly, and aligned my shot. 8 laser repeaters lit up, bright and merciless. I emptied every mag into the bastard, slicing through its wing, its engine disintegrating into the stardust. No time to finish off the pilot, and it wasn't my style. I flipped the F8C and sped back towards the hauler. I wasn't flying for vengeance, I was flying to get paid. "Try to hold them off, I'm on my way," I said into the comms. With full power to engines, I punched out of the asteroid field, and the view that opened before me was nothing short of breathtaking. Ruin Station sat far in the distance, a skeletal silhouette against the blinding light of Pyro's star. Its golden rays cut across the system like a celestial blade. In the foreground, the C2 star lifter was under siege, taking brutal fire from the Ares Inferno. "Nico, hurry, fire in the cargo bay." Zerolith gas. If that stuff heated up, the explosion could crack the ship like an egg. I glanced down at the panel, fingers flying, priming both of my torpedoes. 2 level 5 slugs were slung under the Lightning wings, cold and ready. 10 seconds to range. The Misk Freelancer lit up on my scope. They saw me. Everyone always did. An F8C fighter was hard to miss, and harder to survive against. The UEE's pride. Its spearhead. The first torpedo launched, then the second 5 seconds later, both screaming towards the Freelancer. I switched the target into Inferno. Out of corner of my eye, I saw the detonation. Brilliant, brutal. The Freelancer took a critical hit and limped into Quantum, leaving the Inferno all alone. Its massive Gatling gun spun up, and a wave of 200 ballistic rounds ripped toward me. "No chance," I yelled out, rolling hard. The F8 dove into the black, dodging most of the fire. I executed the veto slide, slipping past the barrage in a tight, lateral drift. Inferno's shields dropped fast. My repeaters teared through them. Crusaders famed, afterburners flared as I tried to retreat. Guzzling hydrogen like a prey running from a lion, it gave everything it had and jumped into Quantum. But I wasn't chasing. That wasn't the job. "Albert, status," I called over comms. "Fire's out." "Thank the stars you showed up on time. You saved our lives." "20 minutes later, I watched the damaged C2 slowly lower into the hangar of Ruin Station. The hull was blackened and torn, but it made it. Behind it, the ruins of Terminus drifted across the sky, glowing softly like distant memories. Ruin Station was barely holding together. Scarred, chaotic, but full of life. Traders, mercs, broken machines. Everything and everyone had a place here. It felt like an edge of the universe, the kind of place where stories begin to disappear. A soft chime snapped me out of it. Transfer received 200,000 credits, minus 2 torpedoes, fuel, and a new cockpit canopy. Still not a bad day. I leaned back in the pilot's seat, watching Pyro's rhythm of life, wondering what else was hiding in the black. Out here, there's always another signal, another job, another unknown, and I was already heading toward it.